starting out with a decent paying load. Even if I'm picking it up 2 hours late because my dispatcher didn't call me and tell me I had a load at 8 o'clock this morning. 3 hours late. It's the second time he's done that to me. It's going to New Jersey. It's got 3 extra stops for Tuesday. So that's 15, it's 2,600 miles this week. Which I guess isn't horrible for sitting around at the shop for 2 days waiting for the truck to get tires. Alright, confession, I've been bitching about this place not putting trailers low enough since I started coming here. About a week ago I kind of had the thought, well, maybe it's because I have such low tread. Brand new tires, trailer's plenty low. It's almost too low. To just north of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I could keep going, but there's really no need for it. I got till Monday morning for the first stop, and then the second stop's Tuesday morning. The second 2 stops are Tuesday morning. I think I changed my mind. I've been sitting here about 3 hours. I'm pretty much wide awake. I still have 6.5 hours left on my clock. I was just dreading driving through rush hour. There's a big truck parking lot right on 80 east of Chicago. Should have parking, especially at 2 in the morning. I think I'm gonna hit the road. Get some more miles in today. At least now I don't have to deal with as many jackasses. By the time I get to Chicago, it'll be midnight or later.
I hope you know.
Old trailer had me worried there. It's been a few years since I've had any reefer problems. I have had reefer problems in the past. Kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. There's not a lot of places you can work on them. Usually has to go to a Thermo King place. unless it's a carrier unit, which is a carrier, basically. Got about 4.5 hours left on the clock, and I believe since it's going through Chicago at night, I should only be about 3 hours from 2.5, 3 hours from that parking spot out in Indiana.
It's gotta be better than the best if I do it for. If I do it for. If I do it for you.
That's another day done. I'm probably gonna sit here till like 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, so I'm not trying to park on the East Coast at a stupid time. I left right off my clock. I'd be rolling out at 11 o'clock in the morning, which means I'd be shutting her down somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock on the East Coast, and I had to be there till Monday. See here till about 7:38. Get a big portion of the rest of the miles done tomorrow. Check these new air pressures on these new tires. They got air in them. Not complaining, but the truck stops and rest areas are eerily empty the last week or so. Like concerningly empty. It's 2 in the morning. I've been on the road for more than a decade. I've never seen a rest area half empty at 2 in the morning. Anywhere. Like nowhere at all. Every truck stop I've been into late at night in the last couple weeks have had open spaces. Not normal. That's odd. Like bizarre. Which I'm sure in certain, problem areas like Arkansas, I-40 and stuff, it's business as usual. But up here in the north, over the last couple weeks, I have seen a odd amount of empty spaces at night. And it's great for me. I don't seem to have to worry about parking anymore. It's just strange. And like, is this industry struggling that bad that many drivers have called it quits? And if so, why aren't the freight rates, showing that? Because freight rates aren't going up. I don't know. It's bizarre. This truck stop is less than, or this rest area on 76. Will you chill the crap out, dude? We've been here for 30 seconds. Just calm down. Rest area is 76, Eastern Ohio, like less than half full. It's at 2 in the morning. It's bizarre. Part of the reason I shut down a little early because it's super foggy in spots. Now, there's no guarantee that tomorrow won't also be foggy. But since it is foggy now and I don't have to drive to get there on time, might as well shut down. Maybe tomorrow morning will be a little bit less foggy. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. But it is foggy at the moment, so, and I'm not in any hurry to get there. In fact, I don't need to leave here until like 2200 tomorrow night. It's only 2 a.m. Got a while. Nothing about the start of this next week is exactly exciting for me. Okay, so this load, I'm about 15-20 minutes, I'm about to head towards Philadelphia. Sucks enough as it is. Again, I know I've pissed people off in the comments before. I have nothing against Philadelphia as a city. It's just, in trucking, it's not that much fun to be in the cities. It's easy to get lost, easy to get turned around, difficult to get turned around. It's a nightmare. So this load's going to today, 6 a.m. in about 8 hours. Which I'm leaving early so I can get fuel and stuff and get in there early. They say they have parking on the street. I kind of doubt it. It's a Cisco, so they're probably not going to let me in early. But, I also don't want to be late. So, Philadelphia, 6 a.m. 2 stops tomorrow morning in New Jersey. They've got me on a load that says it picks up at 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. This load doesn't even deliver till 10 a.m. So I'm going to be 4 or 5 hours late because it's up north of New York City. So I got to go around New York City to get up to it's like Congress or something. It's like 20-30 miles northeast of New York City. And then there's another pickup the next day, the next afternoon, in another part of New York City, I think. I gotta look at this shit. Nothing about it is awesome. Nothing. So I'm supposed to be picking up in Congers, Congers, New York, by 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. And again, this load doesn't even deliver till 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. And then the next afternoon in Clark, New Jersey. So I gotta deliver these 2 stops in New Jersey, haul ass up to Congers, New York, and then try to get back down to Clark, New Jersey, where it says they have overnight parking. So that's the best way I can plan it, hopefully, is I can try to get these low stops delivered as early as I can tomorrow morning, or the next morning. Get up to Congers, get loaded, and get back down to New Jersey and find this place, and hopefully they really do have overnight parking so I can get in there and get signed in to wait for my load and then take a break, so when I have hours I can get the hell out of there. Diesel. They're pulling on the... Again, this truck stop is basically empty. This rest area. It's just a bizarre sight. 10 years on the road, I've never seen them this empty this late at night. stops out this way are not empty. So I mean, I knew they wouldn't be, but. Other than the fact that there's no parking signs all the way up and down the street on both sides, and a fire hydrant every 80 feet. Place isn't going to be bad to get into for Cisco on the east coast, I guess. I mean, is Philly on the coast? It's kind of not, but anyway, I've been to some nightmares of Cisco places. This place isn't bad. It's not going to be the easiest in the world, but it's not bad. Especially if I get a dock that's to the right of the gate. You get one over there to the left, it's going to take a little bit more maneuvering. But not bad. Can't see it from here, you can barely see it from up there. Right under their steps they have a fake lion, like a lion cub. I about jumped out of my skin. I looked down and I could see it through the grate, and I guess my genetic instincts of I think it's gonna kill you kicked in. I about jumped out of my skin. I don't really want to park here, but there's really not any better options for me between here and Elizabeth. there until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, let's go next. I also rode my left tire up onto the curb so that I'm sitting level because this road is like this. So I just popped up on the curb. We'll see. I'm not super comfortable with it, but see, there's other trucks parked all up and down it too. So let me double check my app, see if I can find something that looks promising, because I really don't want to park here. Another thing too, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I'd have to drive through Philadelphia. I'm just staying here. I guess I was more tired than I thought I was when I shut down, because I started like an episode of Gold Rush and I don't think I made it through one episode, and I woke up like 6 hours later with the TV off or the TV on, and I'm sure I wasted most of my hotspot data. Great. Sleeping through it. But I woke up at like midnight. I didn't talk to my wife this year or anything. I'll call her first thing in the morning to let her know I'm still alive. I didn't mean to not call her, I just fell asleep. Didn't wake up till midnight, but I'll wake her up. It's almost 2 now. I still have 2 hours before I need to roll up to Elizabeth. Roll out of here around 4, try to get there somewhere around 5. Oh, and that next load, they had to reschedule that to pick up for the next morning. I'm just gonna look. I don't know if this last place has parking or not. I bet it doesn't. Cisco. No parking. Cool. I don't want to like pat myself on the back too quickly here, but I've lost 13 pounds in a week and a half. I'm way ahead of schedule, so hopefully, I know there's always a plateau, right? When you start losing weight, and it'll just kind of, but we'll see. I think this app's really helping keep track of how many calories and stuff to take. It's funny because I've actually been feeling like I'm allowed to eat more than I ever thought I could while I'm trying to lose weight, and I keep, way undercutting the budget that it gives me on calories. Because the first time I lost weight, I literally ate 1 chicken breast a day for like a year. So when I'm just trying to cut my calorie intake over like 100 days, I can eat way more than I am, and I'm actually not hungry enough to eat more. So the good thing is, like with counting calories and stuff, I eat so little usually that I don't have to feel guilty about having like a Mountain Dew a day or something like that, because I love my sweet drinks. So I can have one of those every now and then, and if I want like a healthier option, something with less sugar and stuff, I can get like one of those Body Armor things, which are pretty tasty. They're not bad, but they're like, they have all kinds of vitamins and stuff in it compared to soda, which is just sweet sugar water. Like, oh, puppers. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. But my goal weight for now is 195, and I'm at 222 today. I started at 235. So I don't know if you can tell or not. I don't know. Slimming down. We're doing puppers. Pissing on a fire hydrant. I didn't think that was a real thing. No, I don't have a boot on my truck. always believe the no parking signs, huh? And yes, I parked up on the curb on purpose. There's a low spot there, and I just pulled right up on the curb so my truck didn't sit like, well, look at that. Yeah, it's truck. See how sitting kind of, if your truck's kind of sitting sideways. The thing is, my TV is that way, all the controls for the AC is that way, so I sleep on this side. I can sleep with my feet below my head, but if I get on a place where my feet are going to be above my head, I can't sleep like that. I've tried. I'll get really restless sleep. Wake up feeling like crap. So if I couldn't get up on the curb like that, I'd work on the other side where my head be up, feet be down. I can't believe they haven't figured out. They have all these airbags and shit on these trucks, and we can't have a device that'll level the cab. Can't have a switch that you can control the cab, you know, how it sits. It wouldn't be that difficult to rig up a set of switches that you could dump one side and leave the other side inflated. We have no control over that, which is stupid, because not all truck stops are level. Almost none are, really. Especially when you get on the East Coast, on all the hills, or out west, where all the hills, or, you know, you're out in Nebraska or Iowa or something, you probably find some flat spots to park, but a lot of places are really unlevel. Now, I know I'm not supposed to pull up on the curb, but what else am I gonna do? I gotta get some sleep, man. guess in New Jersey, the crack of daylight is this moment you turn the lights off. Not that it was too dark or anything, but I just thought it was funny. Barely cracking daylight, like the sun's not even close to coming up yet. Another 45 minutes, and they're shutting off all the lights. That's cool. That's where I'm going, and then there's New York. So unless there's a big tall building here, which there may be, I'll be able to look across the bay and see New York and Staten Island. What is this over here? Why isn't it showing up? I mean, it's more of New York, I'm guessing, but oh, it's Brooklyn. Yeah, so I'll be able to see Brooklyn and Manhattan. I also need to figure out where the hell I'm going to park for the day, because my next load picks up on the other side of New York. It's bad enough to try to find a place to park for one night out here, but to do it for 2 nights in a row. They said they had overnight parking here, and there's no freaking way, other than out there on the street where everybody else was. But planning for that to be the case is not a great idea. Not a great way to handle things. And you can't get out. There's no grass for you to go sniffing. I'm not gonna let you get out and poop and be all over the concrete. It's just not happening. Just looked at the Google Maps. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna be on the wrong side of the building, but if I could get over there, I could literally walk 500 feet and see the Statue of Liberty. But there's zero chance I'm going to get over there because I'm going to be stuck on their lot, and then there's no parking around there at all. I still didn't find where I was going to park. I got distracted by the fact that I'm going to be a stone's throw away from the Statue of Liberty. Still won't get to see it. I might get a glimpse of it on the way in. I don't know. We'll see, because the interstate's kind of tall there. I was going to get to see it, but there it is.
As long as you guys say so. I'm not here, I don't care. We'll make it up.
I have a confession to make. More of a realization, really, than a confession. As much as it is stressful to be up here in this area because of parking and stuff, it's kind of the most fun I've had in trucking for a while. Just getting to see the stuff that I never get to see. Like, I've seen the New York skyline once or twice in my career, but it's been a decade ago. Like early on in my career, I worked for, back then it was Willis Shaw, and then they sold out to Midwest Coast. But while it was still Willis Shaw, I came up to Jersey City a few times, usually at night though, so I never really got a good look at the silhouette. You know, I could see the lights, and that was cool, but I mean, so far I've had a pretty good trip up here. Everybody's been pretty quick getting me unloaded. I've had a place to park every night. Tonight, we'll see how that turns out. But so far, it's been a really decent trip. I think I've put a little bit more stress on myself than I had to, fretting about it. And I gotta learn to stop doing that. You'd think after 10 years and, you know, 1.25 million miles, I'd stop fretting so much about stuff, but you know, I really don't want my record to get cluttered up with stupid stuff like parking tickets. It really sucks if they don't allow parking here. It kind of sucks because they have a big lot. I understand they couldn't let, 50 trucks, but they could let a few trucks every night. Like, if you don't, and most of these guys got somewhere else to go. I just have to find somewhere to hide out until tomorrow morning, which sucks. I'm here in a few minutes. I'm going to call that shipper that I'm going to, because it doesn't specifically say no parking. and they usually do. So I'll call them and ask them if I show up tonight, or, you know, sometime this afternoon or late or this evening, if I can park out of the way somewhere. If there is somewhere to park out of the way, or park on the street on the way in, or if there's somewhere I can hide out until tomorrow morning, and then I'll just book it up there today. That way I can get picked up, you know, have a place to park, get picked up, roll back down here, and then get my load and haul ass westward. Or, like I said earlier, park over there at this second stop. So we'll see.
Okay.